Ladies and Habibis, we are going to introduction to you rising star of South Asia. He is very well educated. He knows Islam and Christianity very well. He done what they said he can't. He is Doctor.
Alhamdulillah.
Wait a minute, what are you doing, Zakir? You come out, it's not you. Habibi, take him out. Sorry, there was some problem. He's Adam Zakir.
Hello everyone, this is your favorite Murtid. Salamul Masih, peace of Christ be with each and every one of you. I hope you guys are having fun. And the West is sleeping, just like this guy is sleeping. Exactly like this. Why? That is exactly what we are going to talk about today. Hello everyone, this is your favorite Murtid live once again, and we have our brother Francis with us. Hello brother Francis, how are you doing?
Hello, brother. God bless you. I'm very well. Thank you so much. And thank you as always for bringing us more entertainment and allowing us to be enlightened with your beautiful wisdom, brother.
Brother, thank you so very much. I am nothing but a servant, but I can't be servant. I am the family man of Lord Jesus Christ. I've come out of this servantship. When I was a Muslim, I was always a slave, a servant of Allah. But what beautiful freedom that we have, that we could be called the sons and daughter of God. That's the beautiful beauty that we get when we accept Christ and come into his relationship, because now we are no longer slave.
Ameen.
So with that being said, we have a couple of things to talk about today, brother. One is about Utman ibn Faruk, who is trying to do dawa gangisting and trying to take people to the hellhole. And we're going to talk about it. He is now trying to convert the ladies, and I don't know how a lady who has the freedom in Christ could actually ever accept to be Muslima. But the problem is the way he was explaining it was so deceptive that it's unbelievable. It was unbelievable, unreal. And I was like, what the is happening? But before we go into Uthman ibn Farooq, and his Dawa boys can actually come up and debate us if they want to, because I'm gonna go and make shish kebab of Uthman ibn Farooq, like he dances. Have you seen the dance of Uthman ibn Farooq, brother Francis?
Dance? Not really. Would you care to show, brother?
Let me give you a treat.
Oh.
There you go, brother. There you go.
MashaAllah.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Dance is more beautiful than the Nargis on. Sorry. Anyways.
Yeah, so you will see Uthman ibn Farooq dancing today, but before you could see his vocal dancing, I wanted you to see his, physical dancing as well.
Yes.
So we'll see both of that today. It's coming. But before we go into that subject, I want to show you something. I want to show you which I have been saying to everyone in the past. I've been telling it since 2019. 18, sorry. Since 2018, when I first started my Facebook channel and started working with the non-Muslims and the Muslims combined, I've been telling them, listen to me. I come from a country where there are 96% Muslims. I came from a Muslim family. I am telling you, when our population is significant enough, we are going to bring Sharia. We are going to bring Jihad. I've been saying that. Nobody was listening to me. The Western Christians were saying that I am a hate preacher.
Islamophobe.
Islamophobe, hate preacher. These are good people. These are good human beings. And I was like, yes, there can be good human beings who are Muslims, who claim to be Muslims,
Yes.
but they are hypocrites. If you
Yes.
have if there is a Muslim who is a good human being to everyone, he is a hypocrite Muslim.
Uh-oh.
That's the reality. And they're like, no, you're wrong. I was like, yes, I'm right. I'm telling you, that's what Allah says in the Quran, that you are munafiq. You don't accept what Allah and Muhammad has told you. You are munafiq. So if you are a good human being, if you have met a Muslim who is a good human being, then he is a munafiq. He is a hypocrite. Or he's lying. Because that's what Quran chapter number 3, verse number 42 says, that if you want to do good to them because you have fear, be good with them, but just from the top, not from your heart. So I have been saying that since the very beginning, that you cannot live with them, because once they are enough, because Allah says in Quran chapter number 18 verse 25, it says, do not go for peace when you are the uppermost.
Yes.
When you have the power, don't go for peace. The peace finishes when you are more in number. And now in UK, brother, in UK, they are having some numbers.
Oh.
And when they have some numbers in UK, you know what they do?
They tell people like me to convert, or I will have to pay jizya.
Nah, brother, nah, brother.
Okay.
Nah, brother, nah, nah,
Oh,
nah.
sorry. What did you?
Let me show you, brother. Let me show you.
Oh. Okay.
This is the ex post. Okay. Let me just zoom in. Do you know this Dangar?
Anjum Chowdhury.
Thank you so very much. You know, a lot of people used to say that this is a very peaceful Islamic scholar and all that in the West, right?
Absolutely, brother. Mashallah, his beauty, his eloquence, brother.
Eloquence and beauty, right? So let's see what he's giving an interview to CBN News. Let's listen to it.
Britain is Darul Harb because they
Britain is Darul Harb. Okay. So in Islam, there's no concept of countries. You need to understand that. In Islam, there's a concept of dar. Dar means house. Okay. In the whole world is divided according to Islam in two houses. One is called the House of Islam, and the second one is called the House of Fight. Harb in Arabic means fight. So Islamically, the whole world is divided into two houses. There's no need for countries. Two houses: House of Islam and House of Fighting.
Okay.
So in fact, by this logic, a Muslim in a non-Muslim country is in a house of fighting, so he has to always fight. I'm not saying that. The first 3 seconds of Anjum Chaudhary on the news channel stated this: we are in the house of fighting when we are in Britain. When we are in Britain. So what should we do?
are, anathema to God's law. They're not implementing it. They're violating His sanctity, and therefore, this is war against Allah and His Messenger.
There you go. La 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 la. This is war against Allah and His Messenger. You know what verse is this? This is Quran chapter number 5, verse number 33. People who wage war with Allah and His Messenger, what should you do? What should you do with them? Let me see if he answers that. Let me see if he answers that.
We are obliged as Muslims to take the authority away from the people who have it and implement the Sharia. Now,
I have been shouting about this. You idiots. You stupid Western seculars. I've been saying that from the last 6 years. Wake up. You are not waking up. Now, this Islamic Mufti is saying this, and you are still not going to wake up. You'll be like, no, this guy is extremist. This guy is extremist. No, Quran is extremist. Not this guy. Quran is extremist. He's using the verses of the Quran itself. He is saying this is Darul Harb. This secular law is against Allah and His Messenger. Hence, they are in fight. They are in war with Allah and Muhammad. So what should we do? Our first thing is to do what? Bring back Sharia. How? He's going to tell you how now. Now watch how to bring back Sharia.
Away from the people who have it and implement the Sharia. Now, I hope that can come in a very peaceful way. I hope that we can do that in a way, where there's no bloodshed.
Do you see? What he said is, because he was trying to be politically correct. What he said is, we are going to bring back Sharia. I hope we can do that in a peaceful manner. If we can't, then obviously fighting. He is threatening the whole Britain openly, loudly, and the whole Britain is sleeping. You know how they are sleeping, brother? They are sleeping like this. That's the reality. And the whole Western world is sleeping.
I try waking them up, brother. I throw some water, but you never know. I'm trying, brother. So keep me in your prayers, everyone, because I'm in the firing line. I'm in UK, so especially I'm in the
Brother.
beautiful city. Sorry.
No, please. You get ready to have some blood on the streets, man.
Okay.
They are already proclaiming it.
We're gonna fight as well. But
you'll
yes.
be standing alone, brother. That's the thing. You'll be standing alone with very few people on your side. The rest will be willingly giving their life. And I'm really, really sorry for you, quite frankly. Because listen to what he says next. You'll be amazed even. I have more to.
Messenger Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that if the Muslims have authority and they have the ability to remove oppression, they must remove the oppression. So we believe man-made law is oppression.
So first they migrated to this man-made law country as a oh my goodness. And now when they are in, their number is strong enough, now they are under a law in which they migrated. So they are now being oppressed because this is a man-made law. So Muhammad said, if you are under oppression, you have to finish the oppression, and man-made laws are oppression, and they migrated to this country and they want to make this country like Pakistan. Watch further. You'll be amazed what he said.
Because they are implementing non-Islamic law, violating their own sanctity. So
violating their own sanctity? You stupid, you idiot. You came to a country knowing that they do not have Islamic law. Go back, migrate back to Islamic law based country, but you won't. Why? Why? Because your purpose is to spread Islam by hook or by crook. You won't go back. You want to bring Islam here. This is the reality. Let me give you more.
If we are in a position of power and authority, we are obliged to take that authority, with the minimum.
If, listen to him very carefully, if we are in the position of power and authority, we are obliged to take the power and authority from the non-Muslim. Listen from the donkey's own mouth. I'm going to rewind it so that you could all listen to him without me babbling in the middle.
So, if we are in a position of power and authority, we are obliged to take that authority, with the minimum force and to implement the Sharia, certainly. So, this will be the case one day in Britain. And when
why are you so stiff like a statue right now, Brother Francis? Would you like to add something here?
Ran there. Anyways, yeah. So I have to say, it is daunting, in all honesty. It is haunting as well, because even in London, a lot of people, when they actually give to this Islamic ideology, and so many people are so, but they are minority. This minority can be as violent as anything in any ways. So when people say about these people being violent, I say I live in London. Now I call it Londonistan, because if you look at London, you literally feel certain pockets of London I can't go to. Personally, I can't visit to certain places. I can name them: Whitechapel, Aldgate East, Upton Park, Ilford Lane, certain parts of the West London. I can't go there personally with this face. Otherwise, I'll be persecuted, right? So London has its own pocket. So imagine me going to Birmingham. I can't even go to Birmingham. I can't go to certain places like Bradford. I have to be very cautious of where I go, even in UK. So they've already implemented certain pockets around UK. So that's where it's haunting, and it's going to be a point where if these people are saying they're going to fight, we have to come to a point where certain people need to wake up and say, we need to fight back. So as you said earlier on, brother, I might be standing alone with very few people, but I just hope, I truly pray. I am a bit optimist when it comes to these things, but you are also, like, one has to look at the danger and not run away from it or not be bothered about it. One has to look at these things and say, yeah, this is an inherent danger and we need to watch our backs and all these issues that are going to arise, the safety concerns that I have, but the police can't help me because I chose to show and be openly out there about these things. So in UK, the police tells me I'm the one who is open about these sort of things. So I have put myself in that position. So what else can you say? That's the rant, brother.
And that is why I say these seculars, and look at this guy. This is a white secular, probably semi-Christian kind of a person who was born in a Christian family. He's listening to this guy, and you know what his answer is? Francis, if I was in his shoes, I would have been very furious. And I would be like, you are inciting terror in our country and you are doing this and that. And I'll be very furious. But look at this guy. Look at his next question. Look, watch. Listen. These seculars, piece of garbages. Listen to him.
When you talk about jihad, you're not talking about spiritual striving. You're talking about military jihad.
No, I think that
You're talking about military jihad, right?
there are two types of jihad in which people are engaging in today. One is the jihad of the word, and the other is jihad of the sword. So in Britain, we are engaged in the jihad of the word. And, it's as important to remove the ideological foundation and, if you like, the pillars of Western civilization, like democracy and freedom and secularism, and to expose them and to bring back people to worshipping the one true Lord, which is Allah, as much as it is important to remove the physical obstacles, which is the non-Islamic regimes, the occupying forces, the Republican Guard, which support those leaders in our own countries.
He said, right now we are doing jihad by word, jihadul lisan, and very soon we are going to do jihad by sword, military jihad. This is like, he is openly claiming it. Why can't people listen to these guys, that they are now, their numbers are enough, that they have started to openly say that now we have to do jihad by force and remove democracy, the pillars of the Western countries, which are what? Democracy. Like, listen, what are the three pillars that he said? Let's listen.
And to bring back people to worshipping the one true Lord, which is Allah. As much as it is important to remove the physical obstacles, which is the non-Islamic regimes, the occupying forces, the Republican Guard, which
Republican Guard, non-Islamic regimes means all non-Muslim countries, and
support those leaders in our own country.
democracy and those leaders who are governing these known Muslim countries. What else is there? He is threatening each and every Western politician, each and every Western prime minister, ministers, presidents. He just openly threatened everyone. Why is the world so quiet? If a Christian would have said something like this about Islamic countries and Islamic regimes, he would be in jail. His whole family would have been persecuted. Why is the world so quiet and not talking about these idiots right now?
I generally have to say, some people will actually come to you while you're saying all of this. Some people will seriously come up to you and say, not all Muslims think the same way. Literally, this is some response that people will give you that I've
These
got.
are the Islamic scholars, my friend, and the one who does not think like this, he is a hypocrite munafiq. Why is he not in jail? Because he's openly preaching right now in a TV. Imagine how many times he would have preached in the mosque. And far more worst words, by using the more extreme words, he would have preached that in his mosque. Right now he's on TV, satellite TV, interviewing a secular person that we have to kill you and your family if you don't accept Allah and Muhammad, and we have to kill your governments, and we have to destroy your secular heritage, culture, history, and governance. Francis, you don't understand. This is the level where you can go eventually, and I thought this level would come maybe 20 years down the road. This level is already here.
Yep, it's true. Like Birmingham's the biggest example. Like Birmingham is a no-go for ex-Muslims. Like there's the biggest roads, the most predominant beautiful areas of Birmingham are a complete no-go for a lot of ex-Muslims. So that's why when you have places like no-go areas for people like us in a country which is not even Muslim, right, which is not Islamic Republic or something, we have no-go zones in those countries. Imagine that in UK. That's already happened in Belgium. It's happening in UK. And you might want to see a comment from Voyager, who's talking about, his name is Eric Steckelbeck. And apparently he's a Christian guy who has interviewed, and he was trying to showcase about his reality. This is like Christian Broadcast Network, apparently.
That's the reality, man.
What do you think the timetable is for implementing Sharia in Great Britain? Do you feel like you're getting close?
Are you getting close? Let's see.
I would point towards Tunisia and Egypt and these countries to show you how quickly things can change. It could be in a year or 5 years where people could be rejecting the kind of liberal democracy. They're unhappy because the basic needs are not being met. They're looking for alternatives, and revolutions happen very quickly. So I don't know how quickly the Sharia will come. Perhaps in 5 years, perhaps in 10 years. Demographically speaking, even within the next 15 or 20 years, Islam could be the major religion of countries like Britain and Belgium and France and these other European nations.
There you go. Man, if somebody wants to see this live, they can go to my my Twitter and get this video. I have reposted it. So this is by Amy Mick. She did that, and I have reposted it. This is the reality.
Pray for me, guys.
This is the reality. Accepted. Sorry, sir.
Pray for me, guys. I live in London. London is time. Go to Speaker's Corner to boom, boom, boom. But you know what? That's where Adam said, you have to honestly know and wake up. It's getting too late already. I ask people to please, yes, we do things in love, but we also have to be strong. Like how centuries ago, Europe was not a Muslim continent, right? Because look at the history of Europe, of how we defended Christianity actually defended itself in East Europe. So Islam could not take over or had these issues. We need that strength as a Christian back in the society, and it's necessary for us because if I am living over here, I'm an ex-Muslim, but I already see that there's no go zones. Do I want future generation of ex-Muslims to feel like me? Of course not. I want to fight for already to bring a change about these things, but I'm just one. I want there need to be a lot more people who need to wake up. So this is my plea to everyone to pray, but also if anyone who's not even a Christian watching this, allow people to watch this too, to wake them up and to show them that this is not the right way to be. This is not a society we want to grow up in or be in. Thank you, Adam.
Very well said, brother. And we have a few super chats. Let's take them. And we have Vignesh, brother, who said, "Love you, what you're doing for the entire humanity. Appreciate it, sir. Thank you." And Sahil ke pajame ka nada said, "Sorry, Adam sir, this is not the time, but this is Tarush's brother here. We
Tushar's
lost,
brother.
we lost him. Tushar's brother. He is no more due to cancer. We brother always. Oh. I'm so yeah. This is so sad. So this guy was a very old supporter of our channel, and you must have seen this ID many times over here. Uh, uh, and he had cancer. We found it out a few weeks ago, and now this ID is being used by his brother at this moment because the real guy Tushar is no more with us. Man, may he rest in peace, and we are so sorry for you that your brother is no more with you, my friend. But that's part of life. That's inevitable part of our life. That whether Islam will take over this world or not, one thing that we all know that there will be a day when we will die. And whether we become rich or poor, but one thing is certain that we one day will going to die. Uh, and I'm so sorry, my friend.
Just want to add into it by saying that may God bless you all and your family, and also want to say and add into it where let the will of God be done. Pray, and I'll keep you guys in my prayers as well. Hopefully, it's never an easy moment to lose someone so immediately with such. You never know. You're never prepared for these things. So truly, God bless you. Grant you all the patience and the ease into normalcy, because it can never feel like a normal time after all of this. But may God bless you and keep you in the, you know, keep you all protected. So God bless you and keep you in my prayers.
Amen. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then we have Twilight.
Twilight.
We gave us a super chat, super sticker. Thank you, Twilight. Appreciate for your support. I know nothing said, Adam. These kind of threats are very common in India. You know, yeah, but in the West, these are new, obviously. Godspear sent us a super sticker. I'm sorry, I got into this sad um, sadness that this brother was like. We have been, it's been what? It's been like a couple of years that we have been with this brother, and this brother was supporting us, and he was always there, and he was a, and then today he's no more suddenly. It's a very sad moment, unfortunately. It is what it is, but yeah, it is a sad moment. Whew. So the brother, whoever is using his channel link at this moment, यार फ्रैंक मेरे पास तुम्हारे लिए अल्फाज नहीं है यार, लेकिन अपना ख्याल रखो, और यू नो अपने पेरेंट्स का ख्याल रखो, और वर्क विद देम, बी बी ए बी ए बी ए सपोर्ट फॉर योर फैमिली एट दिस मोमेंट. तो मैं सिर्फ आपसे यही कहूँगा. तो oh, all right, okay. Godsphere, thank you so very much for your support. And then Eternal Sanatan said, how many instances of
Deception are mentioned in Quran. I'll read it
are
for you, brother.
mentioned in Quran? There's so many, so many. I'll have to do a full stream on deception in the Quran, the deception of Allah. It's like there are a lot, right? So there are a lot. There are a lot, and we'll work on that. Yes, we will. And then we have Pink Panther who said, Islam will never take over. Yes, the road ahead is bumpy, but whenever there has been a crisis, the world has found heroes. Attila, the Hound, Dracula, Richard Lionheart, we will prevail whatever happens. Yeah, yeah, there are. Yeah, you kind of are right as well, Pink Panther,
Yeah.
but
But Dracula was like Vlad the Impaler, so
yes,
I don't want to go too gruesome, but the way he scared the actual Muslims from the Ottoman, no, so not Ottoman, but more like the Muslim Empire of that era, and how they used to scare, they were scared because they were coming into such foggy islands and foggy lands with such greyish look, and then seeing spears of um, beepity boppity boop heads and bodies and corpses. So it was quite a show that people had to put on in order to scare away people like that. So there were a lot of tactics used. If anybody's interested in reading, check on Baldwin the Fourth and check on Vlad the Impaler. It will really enlighten you.
yeah. There's a video. There's a film also made where somehow he gets drinks some blood and becomes Dracula as well to save his city and all. But yeah, obviously they have to create the sentimental effects in that as well. But
Yeah,
at the end of the day, yes, he was fighting to save his people from
yeah,
the Muslim occupation, and that's what it is.
exactly.
And no matter what, the world keeps going on, and
The world keeps going on, and the one we say, brother, that even though we've just read something sad, but we do pray and we always say that the person, no matter who it is, we always regard everyone with the highest respect, love, and that's what we do. We don't particularly have words or we don't show the proper emotions. But Tushar, and the brother who's listening right now, um, if I want to say something like just two sentences in Urdu, the only thing would be कि जो भी हो आपको कभी भी किसी बात की ज़रूरत हो तो प्लीज़ कांटेक्ट कीजिए आप मेरा ईमेल अगर आप मेरे चैनल पे जाएं तो कुछ मोर सपोर्ट के लिए हम हाजिर हैं. God bless. That's what I wanted to say.
God bless you. All right, so with that being said, this deception is coming in really, really, really strong in the West.
Yeah.
And Francis, the people who actually comes into the deception of accepting this cultish movement is the one who has no idea about their own scriptures. Okay, so what happens is these guys prey on them.
Yes.
One of the biggest prey that they do is on the Christians because Islam stole all the prophets from the Old Testament and the New Testament and
Yes.
created a new prophethood dimension.
Yeah.
And then every time you will talk with them, they're going to bring up Trinity, right? And they don't even know what Trinity is. Even a person like this who claims himself to be a a biblical expert, so called,
Yeah.
who is such deceptive, lying, cunning SOB, and he is now talking to a lady, Irish lady, who lost her mother and then left God saying, how can my mother die, kind of a thing. The whole story, somebody can go and watch the whole video. I will not play the whole video, but I'm going to give you some some very important
Before you even start, brother.
snippets. Yes.
Sorry, before you even start, I would just have to say he came, I think, a couple of weeks back to Speaker's Corner to meet some, what do you call it, some British Dawagandists at Speaker's Corner. And literally, I said to him that, do you want to converse? And he just said, not today, but I've noticed you. And I'm like, what? So he's been noticing your channel a lot. And that's why I came to know, right? So he's been watching you, Adam. So when you
Everyone is watching me. Everyone watches me.
so it's good that somehow he came to a realization, because I didn't even have a channel at that time when he started coming. So, and that's why when he said he noticed, I was like, okay, it must be from Adam's channel, because you've conversed about him and all that before with me, hence why. But that's what I just wanted to add. So when he comes, I will be actually having a conversation and debate with him when he comes to Speaker's Corner. So it'll be probably happening soon. But when it does,
Yeah, bring him to the channel, because obviously over there, when he has all the Muslims around him, he seems like to be a lion over there, but he's not a lion. He's a hyena with all of his hyenas around him. So tell him, if he thinks that he is the lion of the jungle, then come to my channel. It's open any Monday, any Thursday. And he speaks Urdu as well. He did a debate with on Haris channel in Urdu. He can come on my Saturday channel as well, where he will get a lot of viewerships as well. So he can come whenever he wants to. And tell him, don't be scared, my friend. Join in. You don't need people to come to your den, standing in front of you. We can do everything on videos as well. And he shouldn't be scared. If he worship the true God, then why is he scared? Then come up. So instead of having a debate with him, just bring him on.
Fair enough. I shall do that, brother. I will try my best. I can just say it, but you never know what these people do, really. So, but I'll definitely be,
because he is one of those cunning people who would say Aisha was not even 9. So I want to bang him on that as well. So I know he preaches something different at one class, and then he preaches another thing in another class. I did a stream a long time ago about his classes, where I showed him 3 classes ago he said something else, and 3 classes later he said something else. So yeah, after that I was like, this guy is so cunning, so lying, so deceptive, it's unbelievable. But let's see what he says about Trinity. Check this out. So brother, I don't need to tell you what Trinity is, but look what he is going to say about Trinity. Check this out.
That God is 3, right? Yeah, but that doesn't really make sense, right? I mean, if the Mother is being worshipped and the Holy Ghost is being worshipped, who did Jesus worship? Did he worship?
Trinity is 3 gods. Trinity is 3 gods, and the Mother is being worshipped, the Holy Spirit is being worshipped, and Jesus is being worshipped, and that's the 3 gods that becomes Trinity, brother.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay, I'm gonna say something here. I know.
Before you say something, brother, let's boil it down first. Christians worship 3 gods, not one. They worship 3 gods. Okay. So if Christian worship 3 gods, then by this logic, Muslims worship 99 gods. Because there are 99 names of Allah, so that makes them 99 gods. Just like if we have 3 gods, then you have 99 gods.
Oh yeah.
Number 1. Number 2 then brings up the second point. The 3 gods are, they worship the Mother Mary, they worship Holy Spirit, and they worship Jesus. Like, who made this Trinity?
Allah.
Allah, yeah, baby.
No, sorry. You would say it wrong. You know what I mean? Like, it's not Allah, it's Ella.
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 Ella, yes.
Yes,
I don't
now you say
Ella.
what you wanted to say.
No, like Jordan Peterson style, right? I don't find Ella. So, just saying. Yeah, I was saying, in all honesty. So, I understand the point of view of some people trying to say, like, okay, Mother Mary is being worshipped. But where, in which doctrine, any Christian doctrine can be taken apart? Literally, you can go through any document, anywhere. If Mother Mary is worshipped, I will literally sitting right here next to Adam, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'll say, okay, I denounce everything. Just give me one doctrine through the entire history that I have even tried looking into as much as I possibly can. There is nowhere, nowhere, even the heathenistic of the heathenistic people did not worship Mary as God. What is happening here?
I have
Who did
no
Allah
idea.
get information from?
I have no idea, my friend.
So,
I
am
have
I being
no
wrong?
idea.
Yes. I don't buy your Allah.
All right, so let me give you another beautiful thing. You'll love it. You'll love it.
Okay.
Now he doesn't even know what Christianity is, as we have seen. He doesn't even know what Trinity is, as we have seen. But maybe he knows the concept why Jesus come to this world, right? Right? Because he's going to teach somebody on
To
camera. He's going to teach somebody on camera. So maybe he does know what he is speaking about. Maybe he doesn't know what the concept of Trinity is because Allah was wrong. But maybe he knows what's the purpose of Jesus coming down to the earth. Check this out. Listen.
If he wants to forgive mankind, he forgives. He's that merciful. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it does.
Okay, good. I mean, I'm open to anybody questioning, but it's always good to think through things, right? Now, that God created us, I mean, we didn't come by ourselves. He was way competent
What?
than us. He created everything. He doesn't kill, doesn't have wives, doesn't have kids, above all that, right?
Yeah.
He is
Okay.
the one that's always been there, would always be there. He didn't just make
Okay.
us, he created everything. He doesn't kill his son. If he wants to forgive mankind, he forgives. He's that.
He doesn't kill his son. Brother, I'm going to ask you, did God kill his son? And which son is he talking about? Because the concept of son of God is in the Old Testament to all the way to the New Testament. So which son of God is he talking about? David, who was called the son of God as well? Solomon, the son of God? Like which son of God? Melchizedek, the son of God? Like
Is it
which son of God is he talking about? And which son of God did God killed? Like what's happening here?
so when the people at that time, the Pharisees, were taking offense, they were taking offense to because God told them to take offense. What is he trying to play at? Like honestly, so it was, let his blood be upon us, but God did this. Um,
Because
where is he
apparently,
going?
because Allah does apparently everything. Now you need to understand their
Exactly. That's
mindset
the point,
is
right?
all about. So they can't even read anybody else's scriptures from that scripture's point of view, because
Exactly.
they will always have the lenses of Islam in their eyes that Allah does everything. Allah holds the sky so that the sky will not fall. Allah holds the birds so the birds won't fall. Allah holds the ship on the ocean so that the ship won't sink. So the mindset of God always working, like they have made God a donkey, you know, the donkey who's always at work, the donkey
Yeah.
who's always doing something. They have
Exactly.
made their God a donkey.
Exactly. Like God as a concept, if even like we believe, obviously, God upholds everything. We know that, right? But then did these people, God upholds everything to the point He physically upholds everything. We're
Like
like,
you're taking the word uphold literally over here, but they think that
exactly,
Allah is always at work. He's doing something,
exactly,
like literally something. So the bird, so Allah has a finger underneath the bird, each and every bird when he is flying. If Allah will take the finger off, the bird will fall. It's in the Quran. Quran says that nothing holds the birds in the sky except the might of Allah or hand of Allah.
so you said Quran, in Quran, I don't know which chapter and verse, but you said Allah has two hands. So Allah with His two hands is holding every single bird. How many hands does Allah have again? Two.
Allah has many hands, brother. Many hands. No,
Thank you.
Allah actually, if we talk about, there are three hands at least of Allah. Because in the same Muslim hadith, it says that Allah will fold the earth in one hand and then fold the skies on the other hand, and then He will give the earth to His left hand. So both of His hands are right, then He gives the earth to the left hand. So like there are at least three hands of Allah, two on the right, one on the left. So, but you know, And Allah made Adam with his two right hands, and he did not use the left hand at that particular time, because Adam, I don't know why Allah did not use his left hand arm at that time. So Allah made Adam with his two right hands. So it's just, unbelievable the way they actually think about everything else. Christ was not killed by God. He was killed by
So was
Romans, number
Allah
one.
dancing like in Urmila in that song, like this, and then the left hand was like, what was happening? Like, was this happening with Allah? But he was dancing, making Adam be, have you? Okay, so
That's why I said I'm gonna show you today the dancing of Ibn Farooq, but the verbal dancing. There you go. That's the real dancing. But
beautiful.
today I'm gonna show you the dancing of Ibn Farooq, the verbal dance. So he does many type of dance. One of the type of dance is the verbal dancing. So I'm just showing you the verbal dancing of Ibn Farooq.
Oh,
So, but anyhow, the whole idea is very simple. And by the way, our brother Vignesh gave us 20 memberships. So whoever received it, best of luck, my friend. StreamYard has some problems. I can't highlight that over here, but thank you and appreciate your membership gifts. Aha. What was I saying? Yes. The second part is, brother,
yes.
what he said is Allah. Why can't Allah just forgive everybody? Why can't God just forgive everybody or anybody? Now the problem is twofold over here. If God is forgiving and he can forgive, then the God is not just. Justice is the opposite of forgiveness,
Yeah.
right? If one has to be just, then one cannot be merciful. He has to be just. Justice and mercy goes in the opposite direction. You can either do justice or you can do mercy. You cannot do both at the same time. It's not possible. Now, if Allah can forgive anybody that he wants to forgive, then Allah is not just. He's not a just God. He does not do justice. He just do mercy. Second problem in Islam is, if Allah will do mercy to the Muslims only and not to the Jews and Christians, and do justice with the Jews and the Christian, then we have a third problem, that Allah is racist. Or give me another term, I don't know, religiously racist.
Discriminating.
Oh, discriminating. So perfect. So Allah is a religiously discriminating God, because
Yes.
he religiously discriminate among people, right? Now, either you have to agree that Allah is uh, religiously discriminating people, or you have to agree that he is not just. There's no third option, because if he wants to just forgive anybody, then he is not just. The
So,
concept of Christianity is very simple and very clear. Very, very clear. You have the option to go in front of God, and God will judge you justifyly with proper justice based on your actions, your goods and your bad. That's Romans chapter number 1, half part, and chapter number 2. Or you can go in front of God as children of God, as his family, and your debt is paid by your Father, Christ.
amen.
Christ, who came, took upon our sins. God incarnated as man, fully God man, came to earth, took upon our sins, paid our debt in full. He who died on the cross, descended into hell, rose up to heaven on the third day, and he paid our price of this world and the price of hell. And then he rose up. So if I have a son, and my son is riding a bicycle and he hits a BMW, he has to pay the person who owns that BMW. If he can't pay, I will pay because he is my son. If when we accept Christ, we become his children, we come into a relationship. So my sin were paid in full by him who took my sin and was cursed on the cross. So that's the concept. And he is now describing this very beautiful concept in the worst way possible, not knowing that he is showing that his Allah is either racist or discriminating or discriminatory towards different religious ideologies.
Yeah.
That's how stupid this guy is. But he's talking to an Irish woman who does not know what Trinity is, who does not know what Christianity is, who was born in a Christian family but never went to the church. And that's the problem with most of the Christians right now. They became seculars.
Yes.
When Hindus become secular in India, what happened? What happened was that their population is reducing tremendously every year. And right now, since the birth of India, Pakistan in 1947 till now, their population reduced by 11%, and that 11% was taken over by Muslims because the Hindus wanted to study, do education, come out into the world, be somebody, but they never taught their children about their own theology. So Muslims would attack their theology and take them into Islam.
Yes.
Same is happening, reverse, but the same is happening, except instead of Hindu, just put Christian here. The Christians who does not know anything about their own religion, they make their children go study secular education, be somebody in this world, but they have no idea. They have never been to church. They don't go to church. They don't read the Bible. Hence, these Muslim comes up, give them the most stupid dawa gangoose thing ever, and make them Muslims. And the end of the world is coming up just because of that. Same thing. Just one thing is different. India versus West. That's there Hindus, here Christians. Full stop. Nothing else. Here it is more problematic because when they preach these things to these seculars, they bring all the prophets up.
Yes.
Look, let me show you. They are more successful here because they have the same prophets' names. Check this out.
Don't steal, don't drink, don't do this. Right? Makes sense. And that instruction to be, and I'm sure you would agree, would be in the sense of prophets that would come. They were from humans, so they could engage with us, and they would bring that message, like Moses, Abraham, Jesus, Muhammad, peace be upon all of them. Their message was.
So see this whole thing that Muhammad was in the Middle East, where he knew some names of the prophets. Out of 160 names of the prophets, he took approximately 26 prophets' name into the Quran. And now, when they do their Dawa Genghis script in the West, they have more to preach because they have the same name of the prophets in the Quran that they actually stole from the Torah, and then they add Jesus and right next to it Muhammad, peace be upon him. So Moses, Abraham, Isaac, and Jesus and Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Imagine this. So their power to manifest and their power to deceive increases tremendously in the West because of the same names that Muhammad stole, which were in the Torah.
I think one of the biggest issue that these people have, that supposedly in the West, a lot of young people have this concept that they've been given an image of a Christian in a such bad light that not many Christians not many Christians challenge them. Like they say, okay, look at us. We're not like that. What you see on media, what you see on television, or what you see, or what you have heard. And then they see these people who are secular. Oh, look how accepting these people are. Look how liberated these people are. They sound more educated. They sound more uplifting. They sound more emboldened in their ways. So when you have such stupid thoughts that is given into some young mind's brain, and then you tell them about Christian, and then they see people like me, they see a lot of beautiful Christians around them, it jumbles them. They're like, I was taught all of this, but I never realized that there's lots of different kinds of Christians. This is what I'm trying to say. We live in a society where we don't challenge narratives, and then these sort of people can come and abuse those young people because they don't even know their doctrines. They don't know anything. They've been given such bad image of Christianity, or even the Christians themselves. They're not taught at home. The schools in UK or all over the world basically are not teaching them this religious education of Islam, but where's the religious education for Christianity? Even in the households, there's none. That's where the difference is. If you want to give up your child in a more of a secularized society and give them the secular education, the child can handle a lot of different things, like we did as well as we were kids. We handled 8 different subjects, right? Can they not add another subject, which is religious education, more like Christianity? The kids can handle that. It's just you need to uplift and you need to embolden the children in the manner that, yeah, this is what you are and this is what you are. You give them, and then these youngsters can go up to idiots like this Ibn Ketchup, whatever, and they can say, yeah, you know what? You don't know the entire doctrine. You're giving us the wrong thing. Just shut up and just walk away. So people have the right answer to give. Like, you don't let people like this speak to them, speak down on them. But sadly, in the West, in the Eastern Christianity, look at them. They're stronger. They already know that this is them, even though they're subjugated every single time. The Copts Christian are the biggest example of this. Basically, even in Pakistan, there are a lot of people example of this. Like, that's where I say, my maid, sorry, I'm going on a rant here, Adam, but my maid in Pakistan, she was a Christian. Her name was Razia, and she herself was so educated about Christianity and all her children. And it was baffling that they knew Christianity more than someone that I speak over here, like a normal person who goes to a church. They wouldn't know those things that these people knew in Pakistan. That's the difference.
Because in Pakistan they were persecuted, so they were teaching their children so that they will not accept Islam. Here they thought that Islam will never get this chance, but they don't even realize that they forget the chance. They are already here and they are doing exactly what they are supposed to, and they are right here doing exactly what they were supposed to do.
Exactly, brother.
And Matranjay is in the live chat. Matranjay, you have to start from the very beginning today and watch maybe on a high speed, but do watch from the beginning. You need to do that. And or maybe watch it later from the beginning.
All right.
Check this out. One more thing that she told us here, that she doesn't accept anything. She is a secular, but then again she said this.
Of course you
Yeah,
were.
exactly. So anyways, we're not going to get into
I
this because
agree.
it's cold
No,
and
no.
everything.
But that's
that's why
great.
I don't practice my religion so much. I'd rather
But you have the Muslim belief already. You just said Jesus was a man.
My son's dad.
You said Jesus was a man, hence you are a Muslim. That's point number 1. See how he's deceiving. Jesus was a man. You said Jesus was a man, hence you are a Muslim already. She said, no, I'm not a Muslim. He said, no, Jesus was a man. You said that, so you're a Muslim. And then she said something. Check this out.
Belief already. You just said Jesus was a man.
My son's dad was Muslim, and I was with him for 13 years.
Wow.
So obviously, I learned a little bit.
My son's dad was a Muslim. My son's dad. Idiot, your husband. You are such a secular, stupid, idiotic Christian born in a Christian family who married a Muslim. You are deceived, destroyed, defiled. You idiot. My son's dad was a Muslim. What the hell, man? Who calls it like that? My son's dad was a Muslim? What does that mean?
Welcome to the Western society where
my son's dad was a Muslim. I don't know whether I don't know whether it was an ex-husband or not. You know, her son's dad was a Muslim. Was she banging her without marriage? If she said my son's dad, because if she's married, then it was a husband. and otherwise if she has divorced him, then it was an ex-husband. Who the hell says my son's dad was a Muslim?
Seculars.
Okay. So now Jesus was a man. Yes, we all know he was a man. He came down to earth as a man. He was a fully God, fully man. We call him God man. Check this out. His Mufti, Hazrat, interfaith studies expert, Usama, Mufti, is gonna give you the biblical teaching here today. Tell me about Jesus, Mr. Utman ibn Farooq.
Reaction.
You are Muslim.
No, because the
How
Bible,
are you not?
the Bible and Islam, we believe in similar things.
No.
Similar.
The Bible doesn't say that Jesus was as what you're
He
saying.
was the son of God, but he was still
Right.
flesh. Yeah, that's
Okay,
he was
so
flesh.
now let's take it back as son of God.
He was son of God, but yes, flesh. That's what Bible preaches. Exactly. He came down as man. Son of God came down as man. Okay, next.
Do you mean literally like God had?
No, that's what they say in the Bible.
But that's
But he
wrong,
came
right?
down onto
Because
earth with blood and a heart
right,
and everything.
the Bible calls many people sons. That doesn't
Yeah.
mean they're physical kids of God,
No.
right?
But you know,
See. La 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 la. And God logic went to him. God logic has cleared this concept of his, not one, not two, but many times, and he gave him all the verses. He doesn't even know whether Thessalonians are in the Old Testament or the New Testament. God logic has to tell him how to flip the pages of the Bible to go to where he wants him to go and all that. So this deceptive son of a gun has never read the Bible. He has only read the articles and marked the pointers in the Bible, and that's it. That's all he knows. And at the end of the day, he is preaching the concept of Son of God. By the way, in the New Testament, if we read the English translation, the concept of Son of God will not even be a divine title. The divine title of Jesus is the Son of Man.
Exactly.
The divine title of Jesus in the New Testament, on which even the Jews picked up the stone and started throwing at him, was the Son of Man, which is the Daniel chapter number 7, Son of Man riding in the clouds. This is absolutely nuts that this guy does not know anything about the Bible, or he is lying. I don't know what he's doing. Either he's lying from his teeth. I know he can't even lie from his teeth. He's lying from somewhere else. Okay, so I'm sorry, but he's lying from somewhere else. Okay, I don't want to use that word, but the most important concept in the New Testament is the proclamation of the Son of Man of Daniel 7, where the Ancient of Days makes him sit on his right hand, gives him, inherits him the dominion over every living thing and nations and languages, whose power, authority, and kingdom will last forever and ever. That's the divine God, even in the Old Testament. And when Jesus was talking to the Jews, he knows exactly which words he has to speak, because he was talking to Jews in Hebrew at that particular time, obviously, because when he's talking to Jews, he should be talking in Hebrew, because these were the three languages that were running over there: Latin, Greek, Aramaic, and Hebrew. Four, basically. Just like in Pakistan, we speak multiple languages. We speak Sindhi, we speak Urdu, we speak Punjabi, we speak Pashto. So depending on which area you belong to, you would speak at least 2 to 3 languages very easily. Just like in India, you would speak at least 2 to 3 languages. One which should be your native language where you were born, for example, whatever the language is. One should be Hindi and English, and like we Easterners are multilingual. We always speak at least bare minimum 2 languages. Same is the case over there. There was Greek running. You want to do official conversation with the Romans, you have to speak Greek. You want to do conversation with Jews, you'll speak Hebrew, and so on and so forth. So this is how stupid this guy is, that even the most basic concept of the New Testament he has no idea whatsoever, or he is deceiving this woman, because I know that God logic has told him, taught him make him beg God logic, made him beg him to tell him these things, and he taught him these things right there, standing over there. Yet this guy is lying to this lady because Wallahu khairul makirin, because Allah is the best of all deceivers. And the followers of Allah, what should they do? They should follow the footprints of Allah. And that's exactly what they do. They are following their khairul makirin with makar, with deception. That's the reality. Brother, sorry, I went on a rant. Please.
You said it beautifully, brother, as always, because when you have the literal makar as a word associated with your God, no one can actually respect whatsoever. Deception is a trait of evil. Deception is a negative trait. How can one associate a trait of negativity to something such holy, to God? You can, yeah, if makar is associated with Satan, I understand that, but I would never understand the association of makar with God. I would never ever associate that. When Muslims themselves ask these are very common, basic things that Muslims can ask within themselves, and even then, this becomes a huge issue. So anyone who is very intellectually honest within themselves, within their heart, and they see something wrong, and they see some deception happening, they see the allowing of lies. When they read these things, I think all the Muslims who come out of Islam knowing that this is not something their character resonates with. They can't understand of how, as a Muslim, we can worship a God who calls himself the biggest deceiver. How can we do that? So hence why you're right, brother. And I've also sent you another bad news in your Discord messages.
Please don't send me bad news after bad news today. We have enough bad news. I don't want to do any other bad news right now. I don't want to take any other bad news.
Sorry.
Please don't give me no more bad news for today.
Sorry.
One is enough for today, unfortunately. Whew. Okay. So let me go before I move forward, because now things are going into very different direction. Okay. There are a couple of super chats that I should take. Rather, Francis, would you like to help me take some super chats?
I will read all of them for you, brother. Brother Pink Panther from Canada says, still think the revolution will come from Iran. It is actually the land of the Bible, e.g. Cyrus, Esther, Mordecai. It's all there in the Old Testament. Beautifully put, brother. I know nothing from Australia. Australia? Shocking to know. Works 24/7. Even the birds flying. All dictators, rapists, warmongers, and also porn industry, specifically Mia Khalifa, thanks Allah. Exactly, beautifully put, brother. Mrityunjay. Had Momo been born in India, he would have included Rama and Krishna as prophets and called them Rama alayhi salam and Krishna alayhi salam. Beautiful put. Absolutely. Very well said, brother. Cheeky Sheikhy, cheeky. God bless you, boy. God bless you too, brother. Thank you. Thank you so much from Australia.
God bless you. All right. So we have next part. So next part is more beautiful. Now, this lady, as you have heard, she's saying, no, I'm not a Muslim. I'm not saying. He's convincing, no, you are a Muslim. You are a Muslim because you say this is a man. And so you are a Muslim because you are already there. Now, what happens is, check this out. She said, no, if I'm a Muslim, I have to do 5 things. My friend told me that if I'm a Muslim, I have to do 5 things. What 5 things? Check this out.
Yesterday, she said you can't just be Muslim. You have to do these 5 things. Something like
the
that.
First thing.
She said that my son is just a believer now.
No, she's wrong.
No.
Let me tell you.
So she's wrong. She said, like in Islam, you cannot just say I'm a Muslim. You have to do 5 things, which is obviously Tawheed, Kalma Shahadat, Namaz, Roza, Zakat, and Hajj. 5 things. 5 pillars of Islam. Namaz is prayer, Roza is fasting, Zakat is alms, and Hajj is the Hajj. So you have to do the 5 things. Otherwise, you can't be a Muslim. And now he's like, no, 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 she's wrong, she's wrong. No, 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 she's wrong, she's wrong. You have to just say there is no God but Allah. Check this out.
First thing to be a Muslim is you say the Shahada.
Yeah.
Right? You profess.
So
You say, I believe that there is only one God worthy of worship. I testify to that. And I testify that Muhammad is a messenger and slave, not a God, but a messenger, right?
Messenger and a slave. Messenger and a slave. You know, messenger and
Let
a
me
slave.
let me just take
Islam
my
moves
shahada.
back to slavery, man. Yes, please.
Let me take my shahada. La ilaha illallah. Sahil's Adam Rasulullah. I've taken my shahada. Now I'm what? Am I
A Muslim.
Okay, Muslim.
A heretical Muslim.
Adam, please forgive me, brother. No, sorry. I'm sorry. My bad. God.
So I'm not going to make. I'm not going to bore you about the rest of the part. But let me go here. Check this out. Check this out. Deception at its best. There you go.
Those prophets have miracles. The Quran is a miracle. The splitting of the moon of the prophet is a miracle.
Check this out. Those prophet had miracle, but Quran is a miracle for Muhammad. Muhammad didn't have a miracle, so Quran is a miracle. Splitting of the moon is the miracle. Which moon did Muhammad split it? The one in the sky? Obviously not. I think probably the moon of Aisha. But you know, the only moon that he split it was the moon of Aisha. Because the moon in the sky was never split. Nobody saw that.
No, brother. Have you not read the news in Pakistan from NASA covering the splitting of the moon when they went to the moon?
Yeah.
Come on, brother.
The guy came. I have a short YouTube short in my Urdu channel. That guy
Yes.
came to my channel as well.
Exactly. Brother, you've been hiding all these things. Why are you hiding, brother?
I'm sorry, brother. I don't want to create fitna, but you know, that's the fitna. So,
All right.
and then he says, check this out. I'm gonna move forward.
I was raised there. My mom was very holy, right? Irish woman, and I was raised in a Catholic school. And even every lesson I would have
I learned from the Catholic school. You stupid idiot. You don't even know the ABCD of the Bible. But anyhow,
as a child to an adult. I questioned everything.
Good.
So no, but I questioned
I question everything, but moon was split, and I will not question that. Okay.
every religion. I'm just
Good.
like one of these ones where I try and
Good.
Yeah.
In Islam, we don't believe in blind faith. Question.
We don't believe in blind faith, but in
Oh.
Islam we don't believe in blind faith. But I just told you the moon was split is a miracle. I just told you the moon was split is a miracle. Yet I don't believe in the blind faith. I don't believe in the blind faith. The moon was split. I don't believe in the blind faith. Quran is a miracle. I don't believe in the blind faith. Muhammad is the prophet who was a pedophile, a child molester, a rapist, a womanizer, a warmonger, a caravan robber. But I don't believe in a blind faith. Right? Muhammad is a prophet of Islam. Even though he did all of these things, he's a prophet of Islam and he split the moon. Yet, you know, I don't believe in the blind faith. And I don't want you to believe in the blind faith as well, brother Francis. I don't want you to believe in the blind faith, okay? Don't believe in the
He
blind
had a
faith.
mole on his back. He had a mole on his back.
Oh, he was a prophet. When he was a kid, somebody saw the mole on his back and he said, okay, you are a prophet because you have a mole in the back.
And it
Holy
was
moly
so
prophet.
hairy. It was very hairy black mole. And someone saw it, they vomited.
I don't know what else is called blind faith.
Yes.
I don't know what else is called blind faith.
He was marrying a 6-year-old. When people saw that, they saw, wow, a 51-year-old man marrying a 6-year-old. He must be a prophet of God. How beautiful is that? How enriching is that? How diverse is that? He's such a diverse. He's part of the LGBTQ group. He's bringing minor attracted persons back into 7th century. Look, Muhammad's wisdom. He was bringing pedophilia in 7th century. Imagine that, brother.
And that's the reality of it, brother. Obviously, he made her recite the Shahada in the end, and that is why it is this stream, this 14-minute stream is on his channel. But I wanted to show all of this to you guys, and yes, and you might say that today I went a little different on my channel. I'm not showing the Quran, I'm not showing the Hadith, I'm not showing things. Rather, I'm speaking about two instances. I've showed you in the West that these what was his name? What was the name of this stupid guy that I showed you earlier? Uh, the CBN News brother.
Utman.
No, the other guy, the first guy,
Oh, Anjum Chowdhury.
Anjum Chaudhary. Anjum Chaudhary, who openly proclaimed in the Great Britain, to have jihad, kill, obliterate everyone, and bring Sharia there. And on this side, I showed you how they are doing the jihad of lisan, the jihad of the tongue. You know, I hardly do these kind of news reporting kind of live streams. I do textual criticism, I do textual attack, I do, but sometimes we have to see what is happening around us. What is happening around us, to see what is happening around us is also very, very necessary. Because if we will close our eyes, like when the cat attacks a pigeon, the pigeon just simply closes his eyes. We can't just close our eyes, we have to speak up. And I'm requesting each and every non-Muslim in the chat. I don't care whether you're an atheist, agnostic, Hindu, Christian, Jew, Buddhist, whatever you are. Please speak up. Please speak up, because people like Anjum Chaudhary already said that there are only two houses, and the west is Darul Harb, and we have to bring Sharia to the Darul Harb.
Britain is Darul Harb because they are, anathema to God's law. They're not implementing it. They're violating His sanctity, and therefore this is war against Allah and His Messenger. We are obliged as Muslims to take the authority away from the people who have it and implement the Sharia.
That's what they are saying on the live news channels. They are openly proclaiming it. When will you wake up? When will you wake up? This is the time to wake up. Not every I want to talk about the Islamic Quran and Hadith, but sometimes we have to look at the things in the proper perspective. And today, like, obviously when he was saying stuff, I could read you Quran 533 because that's what he proclaimed. I can read you Quran 9123, I can read you Quran 929, I can read you 555, I can read you so many verses of the Quran, bring them with chain around their necks until they embrace Islam. I can read you all of these things that I have shown you in the past. I can give you the 123 verses of the jihad from the Quran. I get, like, but sometimes you need to just take the things on the face value and see that everything that I've been saying, everything that I have been proclaiming, everything that I have been predicting based on the Quranic narrative, based on the Hadith narrative, based on what I have seen in Pakistan, based on what I have seen according to the history of 1400 years of Islam. I have been saying all of this, that this is going to come, this is going to happen, this is happening, this is going to happen. And now you can hear it from the donkey's own mouth. If you still do not want to believe it, when will you believe it? When will you accept the reality? So yes, today's stream is a little different, but today we are listening thing from their own mouth. I'm showing you how they are deceiving you. I'm showing you how they are getting ready to finally do that what they want to do, because Quran says, do not go for peace when you are uppermost. Do not go for peace when you are the uppermost. Quran chapter number 47 verse number 35. Read it. So do not weaken and go for peace while you are superior and Allah is with you and He will not deprive you. This is the reality of this cult. Brothers and sisters, listen to me. Wake up, stand up in front of them. Don't be deceived. Teach your children, teach your young men, teach your teenagers. They are going into the colleges, they are going into the streets, they are going to meet people, they are going to be deceived. They will never going to say, hey, come to Christianity, hey, come be an atheist, hey, come be a Jew, hey, come be a Hindu. No, 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 they are not ready for that. They are not going to say that. What they are going to say, listen, is, hey, you guys are false, you guys are demonic. Come to truth, which is Islam. Allah is true. Listen to me. Teach your children, teach your daughters, teach your sisters. Reality is upon us. That's what I'm showing today. Today, I am showing whatever I've been saying in the last 6 years is coming true. They are now proclaiming it. What I have been saying, you guys called me Islamophobic, you guys called me warmonger, you guys have called me so many things in the past, but now you can see it from your own mouth. Are you ready to believe what I was saying is true? If you are not ready to believe, then I don't know, you will face the same reality, and one day you will cry, and one day you will cry, because your brother might accept this stupid idiotic cult, your son might accept it, your daughter might accept it, your sister might accept it. That is the time when you will cry, because at then you will think, hey, we should have listened to Adam, we should have taught our children, we should have taught. Children are never too young to be taught these things.
That's the
And
brother.
I'm ranting, yes, you can see, okay, I'm ranting, but I feel sad when I see these kind of things happening. Don't you? It's a high time.
That's very
Yes, brother
true, brother.
Faruk.
In all honesty, that's the thing. Unfortunately, just to enlighten the fact as well, like some people in the conversation as well on the chat, they're saying like, "Oh, boring" and blah blah blah. But I understand this can be a boring thing for a lot of people to listen. Like, "Oh, it's the same thing." Like, what are you trying to say? What's the solution? Well, we are presenting you a problem, but our brother
And we
Adam
are
is
giving
also
you the solution. I'm not, I
exactly
just don't, I know, I never only show the problem. I also tell you the solution, and the
exactly.
solution I already told you. You can either take the solution or you can reject the solution. It's all up to you. Yes, brother.
Exactly. And that's where I say to a lot of people, if um you have to be presented all these things and all these evidences. Maybe you might have listened to this before, but you have to have a reminder, because if you think you're gonna be learning one thing, supposedly I learned editing, like photo editing. If I'm not gonna continuously do them, if I'm not gonna constantly keep myself up with the differences of okay, what's the new software, I'm gonna forget if I'm not gonna keep myself in tune. While brother Adam and somehow me, just tiny bit of my sort of conversation here, what Adam brother is trying to do is trying to tell you all basically maybe the same thing you might have heard, but he's trying to make you recognize there is a danger, there is an inherent danger that comes from this death cult. Hence, why you have to listen and please enlighten yourself and show to your other secular friends who might be thinking, no, it's not big of a deal that you're trying to make it as, but it is a big of a deal when you have such small pockets in the UK can be formed, which are no-go zones for a lot of people. Imagine that in India, that's happening. That's happening in Belgium. That's happening in France. That's happening in Germany, Sweden. America, they've got a whole entire city, Dearborn, USA. You can Google it. This is the endangerment of the Western values, of societal norm values that Christianity has built. Look at the East. East has what's happening in the East. Like if you look at Far East, they're also getting this issue now. Look at Japan; they've recently started getting the issue of Islamization, where in Tokyo, people are trying to present Islam in such a manner because right now they're extremely friendly, but as soon as they start having some effect on people, what will start happening? It's a very minute thing that people might think of it as, but this minute thing has really, really infiltrated itself in the society because it's such a political ideology. And when people do not understand the political ideology like this is such an endangerment to one's moral code, this is where I say, what are you doing? I sound like a broken radio when I say all of these things. Brother Adam sounds like a broken radio, maybe, but presenting you the arguments is necessary too. So I hope you truly, truly can understand that what we do, what Brother Adam do, Brother Sahil, all the other ex-Muslim channels, what they do, we try to enlighten. So keep us in your prayers, and also there's a need, there's a necessity, there's a need for us. That's why we are here. If there was no endangerment, I don't think any of us would be here for no reason, right? There's always a reason behind everything. So God bless. But thank you, Brother Adam. That was
Thank you so very much. Well stated facts as well. Hania Noor, the link is pinned. Why are you shouting? Give me the link. Debate me, debate me, debate me. Should I come to your home and debate you? The link is pinned. Click on the link. It's pinned. This is the StreamYard link. Click on it. Come up. Debate me, debate me, debate me. Why are you babbling there? Debate me, debate me, debate me. Come to Lahore. Why do you want to marry me? Come to Lahore. Should I come to Lahore and do what? Marry you? Do nikah with you? 3 times in the day? 3 times in the night? Or what? Do you want to debate with me? Click on the link. Why do you want me to come to Lahore? When you are ready to do nikah with me, let me know. I'll come to Lahore. Coward. Click on the link. Join in.
Yeah.
Idiot, debate me. When I said the link is pinned, oh, come to Lahore.
Hi, Noor. I'm from Lahore. Multan Road or Emmanuel Road or Defence or Cantonment? Where would you prefer? I'm from Lahore, so Lahore.
Like, imagine this idioticity right now is, okay, I want to debate you. Debate me. Okay. I said link is pinned. Come to Lahore.
Yeah.
See, like you have to be really idiot to even say such a stupid thing. I'm live right now, right here, saying stuff, proving it. I'm telling you, I've given an open challenge. The link is pinned. Anybody can come up. Come to Lahore. You want to do nikah with me over there? Let's do nikah 3 times a day and 2 times in the night.
Yeah.
Right? Like, don't be. There's a level of stupidity, but some people are like beyond the level of stupidity. You just simply cannot define certain level of stupidities.
You're Jesus and you both are both cowards. Well,
Who's saying that? Who's saying that?
Hania Noor said that.
Okay, why can't I see Hania Noor anyway right now? Okay, Hania, no, Allah is covered because he can't even show his face. He can't even, nobody can hear him as well. Jesus wasn't covered. He came to this earth. He was man enough to come to this earth, live like us, lived like us, with us, went through hunger, went through sleep deprivation, went through each and every pain and agony a man could bear. That's my God. Who is your God? You don't even know your God. Your God is nothing. He can't even speak. He can't even come to this earth. He is so coward. You want to see cowardship? This is cowardship. So come up if you have the power or the guts, because you don't. And obviously you are half-brained according to Islam as well. So why don't you bring your scholar to me? Because obviously you can't speak. You don't even have the guts to speak. So bring me your scholar. Bring me your daddy. Rather, bring me all 10 of your daddies, because obviously you won't know who's your daddy. The way you are barking over here, you won't even know who your daddy is. Probably your mother might have done like at least 10 mutas to give birth to you, so she won't even know who your real daddy is. So bring me all 10 of your daddies and I will have a debate with all 10 of your daddies at one time. And let's see who can win.
Well, Hania, also if you were listening, I would love to say to you that I already go to Speakers Corner. I've already spoken to a lot of Pakistanis who are basically from Lahore. I was speaking to one on Sunday, which is yesterday, and he said to me as well that the extremist people like you who like to call other people out, all of these things, they resonate with us more. Even though he was a Muslim, but he said he admires people like me more because we're at least trying to show the extremism that is in that religion. And people like you try to come over here and tell us all these things. Well, some of your Pakistani brothers and sisters that come to Speakers Corner, they always go like a face with a slapped ass when I speak to them. So yeah, maybe if you want to have a conversation face to face, come to London. Come to London. Come to Speakers Corner on Sunday. I'll be there. Like, if you want to send your dogs, come to Speakers Corner. Like, I would love to converse with you all and throw some facts at you and send you off like a slapped ass. So yeah, come to
I
London.
love I love the way you Britishers says ass. It
Oh
doesn't
yes,
even
brother.
feel like ass. It'll be like ass. Come,
Brother,
like
we have
it's like say it again. Say it again. Say it again. How do you say it?
ass,
Slap your ass.
ass.
The
Yes.
way the way you Britishers speak, sometimes it just like we have been listening to like ass, and
Yeah.
and you suddenly come up and slap your ass. I was like, what's happening here? Are we talking about the same thing or are we talking about two different things? But anyhow, whatever, forget that part. I'm going into a very different pronunciation thing. So I'm sorry about that, guys. I'm so sorry. We are not supposed to use this kind of a word commonly, but unfortunately Hania just when the devil manifest, the nice kind of a conversation goes into a very bad kind of a conversation, and I don't really like that. I don't want to do that, but the way Francis actually said it kind of it is kind of funny. You gotta admit, okay. But you know
It's like you want me to say bum? What do you want me to say? Like like if I say the way I say it, at least it sounds nice. You know what I mean? And you people watching would be like, this is a very beautiful word. What does it mean? And then they Google it. Oh no! Okay. Gotta have laugh as well.
all right, so then he actually says that we don't accept anything blind faithedly. I want to give you
Oh,
this, which I have said many times in the past as well. And it says, "Oh, you who have believed, do not ask about things, huh? Which, if they are shown to you, you will distress you, huh?"
yes.
So, people, don't ask, okay? Because it will distress you. Because I
Yes.
do not have the truth, I will not be able to tell you the truth. But if you ask about them while the Quran is being revealed, they will be shown to you. So, if Muhammad is there, Quran is being revealed, then ask. Muhammad will create something, some story. Allah has pardoned it, and Allah is forgiving and forbearing. Now, imagine asking is stopped. When we were kids, brother, you would know as well. When we ask certain questions to our father, to our parents, to our mother, to our uncle, to our chachus, or whatever, they will tell us, oh, you don't think like that. Oh,
Mm.
this is a red line. You can't cross the red line. So, as a Muslim, your questions are stopped at a certain level. They are you guys are made to not think. You guys are made to not speak. We are made to not question. We are made to not cross certain lines. In this cult, they just believe without having any knowledge. They believe without any questioning. They believe without anything that they are. If you ask any Muslim, 99% of the time these Muslims have no data whatsoever to give you. They'll just proclaim things one after another, and they will never be able to give you any evidence of what they are proclaiming. They'll supposedly give you sayings of Muhammad after sayings of Muhammad. They won't know where it is. They won't know where it is written. They will give you so-called Quranic verses which are not even in Quran, yet they will proclaim it as Quranic. Every time I have spoken with these people, 99.99% of times, they had no idea what they were saying. This is the utmost blind faith in the history of blind faiths. I don't know, there might be 2000 blind faiths in the world, okay, but this is the utmost blind faith, because they never question whatever their scholars said. They accept. Their scholars will say the crow is white, and their crow will become white in Pakistan, even though Pakistan never has white crows.
Yeah.
I know there's one part of the world where there are white crows, but not in Pakistan. Anyhow, this
Yeah.
is the reality of this blindness in the faith in this particular cult of man called Muhammad, because
Imagine the
they never had
beauty.
God.
Imagine the beauty in Pakistan. They can't even come up with a solution of the word halim. Whether we eat halim or do we call it lahim?
We eat halim, but Allah is Hanif. Allah
Yes.
is Hanif. Anyhow, with that being said, remember this: no question. And then with this no question, when you are in power, what should you do? Like Anjum Chaudhary said, finish them off. So do not weaken and call for peace while you are superior, and Allah is with you, and you will never deprive you of your deeds. When you are superior, finish. End of discussion. You cannot go for peace. Now you have to bring Sharia. Now you have to bring Sharia. And for Sharia, last Monday, We did the stream on Sharia. Go watch it. Learn very basic stuff of Sharia that I showed it to you last week. Last week, Monday, same time, I showed you everything about Sharia. So go watch it. Learn. Learn. I'm giving you data, I'm giving you history, I'm giving you current events, I'm showing you what is happening. So watch, learn, and accept. And then it's all up to you. You want to do that? It's up to you. You don't want to teach your children, like, it's that water is still not over our heads right now. You are chest deep in water. Still there is time. Teach your children, teach your brothers and sisters. Don't be afraid. Now is not the time to be afraid. Hey, what will my brother say? I am I extremist, sharing David Wood's channel to him, Sira International to him, Adam Seeker to him. Don't think like that. Now is the time to come out openly. Now is the time to share. Now is the time to give this data to everyone. Otherwise, your children or your children's children or your sister or your daughter, somebody will go down the drain. And then the water will be over your head. Then you will not be able to do anything. Then you have destroyed your generations. Think about it. That's all I'm going to say today. So, with that, I would say, wish you all the best. I would not run this stream very long. I want it short. I want everyone to see. I want everyone to watch it and share it as much as possible. This is very, very important. This is very, very important. Learn from it, see the reality, share this as much as possible. May the Lord be with you and may you be delighted in Him. May the Lord bless each and every one of you abundantly. Wish you all the best. Brother Francis, last words.
My last words is, in all honesty, is to please, 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 I'm going to say it again. I don't care, regardless of your religion, regardless of what you think of what Christians might be like, please pray for the Western society to come to the realization of how much of a death cult this religion basically is. Pray for all the Muslims who to come out of this death cult to begin with, and then also any secular give them the information that a lot of people are giving you. And majority of the times you might think of us as a broken radio, but we honestly want to make people know and understand there's a lot more issues within this religion that we talk about. And it's not a religion. You don't feel like
It's a cult.
like it's a cult. Like you're not persecuted if you leave a religion. You're persecuted or you're killed if you leave a cult. So it's a cult. And that's where, please subscribe to my channel if you guys can. Help my channel grow as well, and come to Speakers Corner if you guys know anyone in London, anyone who's not a secular. Come and show some support. In all honesty, a lot of people, like, I would appreciate all the people who can support and come over. But please, thank you so much for all that you guys do, for watching, and please keep yourself in one position, that we have an understanding, regardless of our religion, but we have something much more to fight. We have our society and we have our future that we need to sort of keep ourselves up and within a stronghold and not let it go to the hands of the enemy. So God bless you. May the Lord bless you all, and peace of Christ be with you all. That's my message. Thank you, brother.
Thank you so very much. GR said Aram to Lahore cost $3,000. Hania, live free. Adam covered. Dude, put some punctuations. So after Adam, there should be a full stop because now you're calling her covered. Guys, come on. Punctuations are cheap. They're easy. Just but put some. So and Jainat, you want to come, you want to talk. Link is there. It is pinned. Why are you not coming up then? I talk with Adam. So your English is, when you say I talk with Adam Seeker, then it means your English is not good. So probably you shouldn't join in. But if your English is good enough and you want to talk, is something that you want to refute? The link is there, it's already pinned. I don't know why you can't see the pinned link, so you can join in. Brother, can you please share your channel one more time?
Sure, brother. There we
So
go.
I got it. So whoever have not subscribed to Francis's channel, please subscribe. It's there in the live chat as well. When he goes to Speaker's Corner, he puts it live there on his channel as well. Support him on his channel. Support him on Speaker's Corner as well. If you are in London, please do spend some time in Speaker's Corner supporting the people who are fighting with the Muslims at that over there. That's the fight of the words, the
The good
jihad
one.
bil lisan. So they are doing the jihad bil lisan. We have to support our brothers and sisters over there. So please do join in, even if you have to go there for a couple of hours. Do go there for a couple of hours. Support them, and this is very important. Do that. If you can't do that, you are not in London, you are not near Speaker's Corner, you can't go there, then his link, his channel is there. Brother, share your channel one more time. His channel is there, so subscribe to his channel so that you could watch it live, support him through YouTube. So however you may like to support, please do that. Help each and every one of us who are doing this activity and activism. Thank you so very much for being here. Have a blessed day, evening, or night wherever you are. Take care. God bless you all. Yeshua Akbarul Azim.